to people confessing to real life murders. So, you know what I'm saying? Grab your trusty pen, you know what I'm saying? And let's take a hit before we go, cause this shit's gonna get deep. I'm a little sick, so you can hear the sniffle. Bitch, I'm a dog. All right, so as y'all can see, we are on the YouTube channel. Yes, this is the official YouTube channel of FML Fast Money Lifestyle. Make sure y'all subscribe to that real quick. Go watch these 2 videos. They're low key bullshit, but I'll go fuck with it. All right, so today we are on Reddit and we are looking at nursing home confession stories. Yes, these are nursing home confession stories from people that have worked in nursing homes or know someone that has worked in a nursing home. All right, so we are on Reddit and we got the nursing home confession stories loaded up, and we're gonna get to it right now. Boom. So, nursing home confession stories are crazy. Let's see. When I was 18 and 25, I worked in a nursing home and I heard some wild confessions. Most of them aren't that bad. It's just stuff that's been frowned upon, blah, blah, blah. Once that surprised me was a lady that had been a truant officer for the school system for years, then head of the board of education. Holy shit, I can't read. Lady had been a truant officer for the school system for years, then head of the board of education. She asked me to close her doors and lock it. I didn't lock it, and I asked her why she wanted it locked. She said she wanted to hook up with me. Not the word she used. She probably said she wanted to fuck. You know what I'm saying? Said her best times were with other women and they let their underwear on. And they left their underwear on. This lady once pulled my hair at church for saying, dang. There was Benny. Benny was a former business leader and a church deacon. He used to preach brimstone and fire on the radio. Then his son took over. Benny was apparently a wild man in his youth. He'd always talk about partying and telling me that if I wanted to get in a bar fight and raise hell to do it in another town so nobody would know. Bro, this shit sounds made up, bro. One night shortly before he passed away, R.P. Benny. Let's smoke one for Benny real quick. R.P. my nigga. Damn, Benny. Nigga, nigga kicking. He saying that bitch lying. That bitch lying. Benny grabbed my wrist. Ooh, he could have. Fuck. Alright, hold on. Benny grabbed my wrist and pulled me closer, paused, and said, I didn't mean to kill that boy. I was just drunk. Just waving my gun around, just trying to scare him. It just went off. Son's name is taking money to the witnesses to get them to change their stories. He just kept repeating the story. He'd occasionally pause to say when they his stuff. They sell and tell me to line him out something. I never said a word to his family about it. Myself and another CNA agreed we didn't want his son to know we knew anything. I'm calling bullshit. This story sounds cap as fuck, bro. Look at the comments. Let's see. Oh, they're just telling more stories. I had one who was obsessed with her son-in-law. Always calling for him, saying his name, etc. Her daughter never visited, just the son-in-law. She was like 90 and he looked to be in his 70s. One day she blurted out, my daughter won't forgive me. Only had sex with him one time, and it was a long time ago. These cougar bitches getting hit constantly. What did I tell y'all, my nigga? What's the kid? Long time ago, she had Alzheimer's, but it still recognized him and had some long-term memory at the time. She was in the 90s. A few old war veterans with dementia would sometimes start talking about horrifying shit they did. I caught one stalking a couple of nurses who were of Asian descent. I asked him what he was doing hiding behind these big indoor plants. I found those Japs over there. I'm gonna get them. Yeah, partner. Wait, can I say that? I love Japanese people, bro. We got to smoke one for Japanese people now, bro. Fuck this nigga, bro. He had Parkinson's. Shit. He had Parkinson's and some dementia. And was an World War II Marine. Copy. He might not make it through this video, bro. I love the good Lord. Oh. I got that hot dog water oil. Look at that shit, man. I don't know if it's focused, but hot dog water oil, man. This shit was made in somebody's garage, bro. I don't give a fuck, though. You live once, nigga. Rest that shit. I worked in a facility in South Texas. We had an old Mexican man there who had dementia. He had been involved with the cartels and drug lords for a long time. And he always scared somebody was coming to kill him, and he would scream, "Don't shoot me in the back with a pistola." A pistola. Shout out to my Mexicans. I'm Mexican too, by the way. Or if any man that worked there walked through his hall, he would scream, "He's gonna kill us." That shit was weak. Exactly. Generated by Bing AI. Look. Only one real nigga in the chat. Bitch, fuck out of here. Secret relationship with a granny at a nursing home. Whoa. Secret relationship with a granny nursing. There was a granny in her early 70s at a nursing home I used to work with that kept touching me and hugging me when I would help her around. One day coming back from the hospital, she was still weak. So she asked for help to the bathroom. When she was all done, she missed me, hugged me, kissed my cheeks and then my neck. Immediately I felt a tingle, so I kissed her back, which led to making out, followed by her giving me a blowjob after helping her get back into bed. Granny absolutely knows what she's doing because it was probably one of the best jobs I ever had. She wanted me to finish inside, so I did. Then she fingered it out and licked it all up. Bro, can I even put any of this on YouTube, bro? I don't give a fuck, bro. Never had anyone do that before. Oh, no, hell no. Go back. Never had anyone do that before, and it was such a turn on. We discussed this secret relationship until she passed. R.I.P. Granny. Let's hit one for Granny. Oh, snot rocket. I'm gonna have to edit that out. Granny was a freak. Yeah. My fry. Sound like Granny. Ooh. Sounds like Granny was a freak, my nigga. Sounds like Granny was a freak. And that's enough internet for me today. Too much. What the fuck? Exactly what I just said. It's possible that this is true. My aunt lived in a nursing home for the last years of her life and would constantly get phone calls from the staff letting me know she was jerking this one off, sucking on that one, etc. Put me in one of those nursing homes when I get old. If I ever need to be in one, God forbid. But if I need to be in one, put me in one of those nursing homes. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get slurped and gurped and all that for the rest of my days. You know what I'm saying? It also got to the point where I was like, look, is she doing these things against their will or do they want to be jerked off? They were willing. Okay, so they're all adults. Stop calling me to tell me about my aunt's latest sex escapades. The things we found in her house after her stroke would make a grown man blush. So as long as this woman enthusiastically consenting, I don't freaking care. That's a real nigga right there. Or let me redo that. I don't freaking care. That's a real one right there. We don't care. We like the freaky grannies. We like the freaky aunties in this scenario right here. You know what I'm saying? How do I get a job over there? Are they hiring? Is it in my state? When I was still in nursing school, I worked at a nursing home. The number of STIs that went around would shock people. Also, the amount of chafing these people got because sex just isn't comfortable or even possible for either sex at a really old age. There was a lot of dry humping. I guess the ladies constantly talked about the sizes of the men too. One of my former classmates was actually charged with sexual assault at the home he worked in. So hopefully he is. So hopefully it is all consensual. Yeah, man, free bro. Actually, we're not gonna hit one for free bro, cause and I'm not even gonna. We're not gonna speak on that, bro. Uh, yeah, man. I'm a hospital security guard who's taking advantage of an attractive nurse's disorder. That is insane. Well, like the title says, I'm an armed guard at a hospital, and I'm taking advantage of a nurse with compulsive sexual behavior disorder. To be blunt, she has the compulsion to give blowjobs. Is that real? Which one of you bitches got that around here? Let me know. I caught her doing this while I was on patrol. Going on, after I made sure what was going on was consensual, I went about my rounds and didn't call it in. Hell, who am I to interrupt two people enjoying themselves? Exactly, this guy gets it. We're gonna save our hit for later, cause I'm still feeling it in my chest. Pause. Well, later that night, she approached me and wants to talk to me in private. I assure her that I'm not going to report it, and it'll be like our little secret. She offers to blow me, and at first I refuse because I'm not about to pull a Harvey Weinstein on anybody. I'm an asshole, but not that bad. That's a real guy right there. The conversation goes on, and eventually, after some fairly aggressive petting on her part, I gave in. She is a beauty, and I'm only human, so we go into a nearby supply closet. She gives me some of the best head I've ever had. We're taking a hit for some of the best head we ever had. Oh, that was weak as fuck. Oh, I'm disappointed in myself for that one, chat. I'm not gonna lie, I'm disappointed in that hit. If you got a pin, you gotta double up for me. You gotta hit another hit. That homies, you gotta hit another one. Uh, Afterwards, I leave and think how lucky I was. Kind of stuff only happens in pornos. Well, the next night I was doing patrols, I ran across her again, and she coaxed me over again. One thing led to another, and it happened again. This goes on for a week. I finally ask her why. I'm not an ugly guy by any means, but I'm in fairly good shape. Recently separated from the military. She gets quiet for a while, and then she explains that she cannot help herself. She describes her condition in a way that I really didn't understand. But what it boils down to, ooh, pause. What it all boils down to is that she has a powerful urge to give head. And if she doesn't give into it, then she doesn't feel balanced. She broke down crying because she is disgusted with herself and terrified that if it is ever found out, that it could cost her job or at the very least her reputation. And she picked me because she didn't want to report her. Because when I didn't report, she figured that somebody could fulfill her need with. I can't fucking read, bro. Bottom line. Bottom line, this bitch is a goer. She's a roller. She's giving heads. You know what I mean? Giving good bobble. You know what I mean? And I would like to work there as well. On to the next story. I just started to work in a nursing home. What's a good one? I had sex with an old man on my 18th birthday. I don't think I want to hear about that one. Mm, oh, we're gonna have. I don't give. I'm not blurring nothing out. Uh, what the figgity figgity figgity? I am 20 years old and my mom is 43. I was never social in school, so I had that many friends. So I never had that many friends. I never talked to girls because of my awkwardness, which means I never even got my first kiss, let alone had sex. My mom knew about this and saw how lonely I was growing up. Like anyone who has been in a similar situation as me, I began watching too much porn. And in the midst of me watching, I became addicted to incest porn. Now I'm not going to have sexual thoughts of the women in my family, especially that of my mom and 3 sisters, but watching so much incest porn piqued my curiosity. This might got to be the last one, bro. Of what it would feel like to fuck said women. Of course, I believed all of that to be impossible to happen because incest is such a taboo topic that I never thought of even bringing up to my mom or sisters because it would be met with utter disgust. Well, that's what I thought. So this occurs in 2020 during the pandemic. I'm 17, almost 18. My mom just turned 41. We're living in our house along with my sisters at this time. This certain story takes place when my mom and sisters weren't home. They had gone out and I stayed home alone. So I took this opportunity to let loose in the house and jerk off. Bro, I'm reading this for y'all. If you made it this far, comment, comment nursing home. If you made it this far in the video, comment nursing home. And I'll give $100 to the person who can count how many times I coughed in this video. I'm gonna count it when I'm editing this shit. So yeah. In my room until they came back. I searched the incest family categories on Pornhub and spent the day wanking off. While this was happening, my mom came back, and earlier than expected, my sister decided to continue going out. So they hear my mom. No, so they dropped my mom back off at the house. I was still wanking off, as I believed they were still out. My mom, being able to hear my porn upstairs, decided to walk to my room and tell me to turn it off since it was pretty loud. Now, I always locked my door when I was wanking off. I don't know if I can say jerking off, but I don't want to say. Um, but on this day, I chose not to close it. So when my mom walked in towards slightly opened the door, she peeked inside to see me. Now, when she peeked inside, she saw me sitting on the chair from the side view. So she saw me jerking off my cock while, bro, I don't want to read this no more. She saw me spanking my shit, man. She saw me, man. How much more of this, man? She caught me spanking my shit, man. And asked me what I was watching. She instantly knew what I was watching, incest porn, considering the amount of times the mom was telling the son to fuck his sister. She told me that she stood there licking her lips, touching herself to me, masturbating for incest. Yeah, we're not gonna even, bro. This is like a script, bro. That's when I turned around to get the lotion and I saw her staring at me. She jumped back and closed my door quickly. All meanwhile, I was trying to cover my, you know what I mean? Because I was fully, you know what I mean? I was fully bricked. There was no way I could hide it though. I got to go up and I had to lock the door. But when she opened it, came inside, bro, I don't want to. Bro, this story's over, bro. This video is over, bro. Drop a like, bro. Um, these niggas are weird on Reddit. Um, make sure y'all go sub. Make sure y'all go watch these 2 videos right here. If y'all count the exact number of how many times I coughed in that video, in this video, I'll give you $100. You have to comment it though, and you have to show proof that you're subscribed. And how you can show proof that you're subscribed is by shit. I'm gonna see it. I have one subscriber. So, you know what I mean? Comment, go like both the videos that I have out right now. Like this video, comment on both of these videos, comment on this video. I'm gonna check to see if your account commented on all those videos, and then count how many times I coughed in this video. And if you get within 10, if you get within 5, I'll give you $100. So yeah, make sure y'all like and subscribe. Peace.